Good evening and welcome to the Convocation Center. We're here live for USC Aiken's home basketball opener. It's been about 8 months since the Pacers have last played in this building, since last year's Sweet 16, which the Pacers beat Barton to advance to Louisville for the Elite Eight. I'm Kyle Dawson. Joining me is Nick Terry, bringing you the action tonight. Nick, the Pacers have played 5 games so far this season, 2 exhibitions and 3 at a tournament, all on the road. Just what have they been up to since the season began?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago they went on the road against Ole Miss and played a tough game with them and took it all the way to overtime, where they would eventually lose 75-70. And then 2 days after that, they went to Columbia and played the Gamecocks and played another good game. And then this past weekend they made a trip to Puerto Rico, where they had 3 games against teams there and lost the first one. They came back to win the next 2.
So a good start then, playing in away from the comforts of home, really, to open the season. Those 2 big exhibitions against Division I caliber teams, and then again to head overseas for 3 games. And now the Pacers are back here in the Convocation Center, where they've been just dominant over the past few years. 16-1 record at home last year. They've won 11 straight here, and since this building has opened, Pacers are 71-12. So really, Vince Alexander's team has done a good job of sort of protecting its house. And that sort of thing pays dividends, really, once you get into the tougher stretches of the season, once we get into conference. Because as we all know, Peach Belt Conference is a tough one to play in and an even tougher one to win in.
Yeah, you just take as many wins as you can get, and the ability to win at home like that makes it so much easier going on the road, because it doesn't make it a must win if you know that you can come back home and take care of business.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And at that point, you get those wins at home, you start looking at sweeping teams instead of just hoping for a split. So we're about 5 minutes from tip-off. We should be getting ready for some player introductions right now. We can go into some starting lineups. So it looks like right now for the Pacers, we will see Devontae Wright, Ron Zimmerman, Paul Larson, Jesse Seilern, and Alvin Brown. And over on the Allen side, we'll see Christopher Spriggs, Jared Pettis, D'Angelo Anthony, Derek McCord, and Maricus Glenn. So those are the starting 5s for tonight's contest. Allen coming to us from NAIA, and a few players with local ties on the roster as well, or at least some coming from the Palmetto State.
Yeah, you see James Crawford from Pillion and Jadia Johnson from Georgetown, as well as Kerry Dunlap from Ridgeway and Christopher Spriggs from Conway.
Spriggs, one of those starters that we talked about, coming from coastal Carolina country up there in Conway. So it'll be interesting to see some guys who have some Palmetto State connections playing here tonight. And so, Nick, you did speak briefly about the Pacers' trip to Puerto Rico, and one of the stars, I guess, for the team. Pacers received balanced contributions from everybody. Somebody who really stood out was Alvin Brown, making his return to the lineup after a couple years away. Averaged 8 blocks per game in that stretch, including in that final game, had 10. And of course, we saw Ron Zimmerman, last year's national leader in 3-pointers made per game, sort of get off to a good start from beyond the arc as well.
So far, he's shooting 34.5% from deep and is averaging 14 points per game. And he's one of many Pacer players that's having a good start so far.
And he was the team leader with just a little over 15 points per game a year ago. And you have to figure he'll be finding that shooting stroke as the season progresses. So just to even open up at 14 points per game and to be shooting well from 3 is good. So as we see, the Pacers have now come out onto the floor. Still got a couple minutes here before the opening tip. So just some last-minute preparations going on now. So the Pacers with 2 home games this week. They'll be hosting Tuskegee on Friday night. And then, Nick, it's a tough road stretch beyond that. So again, sort of the importance of winning at home shows up again.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to get 2 wins here this week, like we hope to do, would be crucial, with the next 5 being on the road. The next time that Pacers come back home is, Christmas break on December 6th.
6'10" senior forward from Fort Washington, Maryland, beat number 32,
Anthony. He's going to have his hands full trying to, and with this three-guard lineup USC Aiken has, there are no easy outs. You're looking at Seiler and Wright and Zimmerman. Tall task, no matter who it is. But we are underway, and Allen controls off of the tip. And that will be Christopher Spriggs bringing it up for the Yellow Jackets. He finds Gerard Pettis over there on the left side. Pettis will drive. Circus layup with the right hand won't go. Paul Larson's got the rebound. So we'll see Jesse Seiler just inside the three-point line, out for Zimmerman. No surprise there. Ron Zimmerman getting off to a good start with the early triple.
Getting it going early.
So we've got actually Larson out there defending Spriggs. Spriggs instead will pass to the corner for Pettis. It'll be back to Spriggs up top. Devontae Wright guarding closely. Looking to get D'Angelo Anthony open. He's got a shot of his own, though. So freshman not afraid early, hitting a three. Here we go, Silent at the other end. Rims out, but looks Alvin Brown nearly getting the offensive rebound. Instead, the Yellow Jackets are off and running, and it's Pettis again. We'll see the three come up there. Spriggs goes just long. Zimmerman pulls down the rebound. See Zimmerman with it over on the right wing, inside to Larson. Larson, good move with the left hand, count it, and the foul.
Nice move by Paul there, just go up, under the Allen defender and get the and one attempt.
So that'll go against Glenn, his first. That'll send Paul Larson to the line. Larson's free throw attempt is good. Pacers up 6-3, just over a minute into this contest, and the strong free throw shooting of Paul Larson that we saw in the exhibitions has spilled over here. He was really good from the line in the second half against South Carolina to help the Pacers get back into that game.
That was a big part of that comeback during that game.
So we will see Anthony bring it up. So 13 mirroring 13 right now with Anthony and Zimmerman going at it. Anthony drives. Looks like they'll get Silent for the reach in. So we've already seen D'Angelo Anthony hit the three-pointer to tie the game early, and now driving strong to the basket. And clearly displaying no fear here in the early going. Anthony has it now. He'll get it over to Pettis. Pettis will drive into the middle. He'll go with the left hand. That's blocked by Brown.
No.
Not today. Silent will get it over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman for three. That one comes up short. Spriggs has the rebound. So Brown averaging 8 blocks a game. Looking to build on that here early. Just 2 minutes in already with his first. Anthony gets that inside to Glenn. Glenn's going to try to work on Brown. It looks like he traveled before he could get rid of it.
Checking into the lineup for Allen is number 20, Jaden Johnson.
I think maybe that's a matchup, it's kind of watch is the freshman Glenn going up against the senior Al Brown.
Yeah, another freshman there in that starting lineup for Allen. We've already seen Anthony handle it well. We'll see how Glenn does. That one's inside to Larson. Larson goes up with the right hand, gets the offensive rebound off the miss, and he's fouled. Couple of aggressive plays to the basket already by Paul Larson.
His first, the team's second.
I'll go against Jada Jackson.
Something that we talked about was working down low, and the Pacers are doing that here early on.
So Larson will go back to the line.
Number 22,
he'll hit
James
the
Crawford.
first, and we'll see James Crawford come in, the Pelion product. Larson gets the second. So he is 3 for 3 from the line, 5 points, and that is the Pacer lead. See Anthony heading out of bounds on that one, able to save it off of Zimmerman. So the Yellow Jackets will inbound from underneath their own basket. Before they can do that, though, we'll see Shane Porsche check in for the Pacers. He'll come in for Jesse Seilern. We see Spriggs with it now again, guarded by Wright. Spriggs tries to shake him, and he can't.
Steal by
Devontae Wright had the steal, but he was either going to travel or step out of bounds over there so close to the sideline. Looks like they whistled him for the walk. But a nice steal, and Wright wasn't letting Spriggs go anywhere on that one.
He was playing tight defense without fouling and almost got a great steal.
And that's playing tight defense without fouling is going to really be at a premium this year in college basketball and in the future. Just with the rule changes in place. We see Spriggs, he'll drive, try to put up the floater. That's blocked by Wright. Anthony had the rebound for a moment. We see Zimmerman very nearly taking a tumble over the recliners at the end of press row. So we often talk about a ball leaving the field of play, a fan maybe having a souvenir. Somebody almost could have taken Ron Zimmerman home on that one. Looks like everyone's okay. Instead, just sharing laughs at this point. Always good to see. So with that, we'll see Pettis inbound. And that's in the hands of Mark Jones, who's just checked in. Jones will look inside for Crawford. Crawford's got to back it out, though. He'll look for Johnson. Johnson misses, but it looks like he's fouled on the play.
The foul is on the Pacers, number 5.
So that'll go against Porsche, his first.
The team's second. At the charity stripe for 2, Jada Johnson.
So we'll see Johnson attempt a pair of free throws. So we're about 3 minutes in here. Pacers up 8-3. The first rattles in. And the second comes up short. Brown's got the rebound. And Devontae Wright will bring it up. He's got Zimmerman. Give that back to Wright. Wright will get it over to Porsche, back to Wright. Larson wants it inside. Doesn't have it yet. Wright will hand off to Zimmerman. Now Larson's got it. Brown out to Zimmerman for 3 again. Got it. Just straight cash from beyond the arc right now. So Zimmerman's already got 2 to give him 6 points. We'll see the Yellow Jackets will get that one inside to Crawford, who gets the tough bucket to go.
James Crawford.
Nice play inside by James Crawford. Took that one right at Brown. See Brown to Larson. Larson looked like he was going up for the hammer on that one. Knocked away by Pettis. Good hands. So you see Anthony working. He'll get it inside to Pettis. Zimmerman nearly getting the steal. Instead, that one will go back inside to Johnson. Johnson up high over Brown. 11-8 Pacers. 15:45 to go here in the first half. Zimmerman tries again. No. Porsche gets in. That won't be scored as an offensive rebound. It might as well be, though. Porsche able to knock that one out off of an Allen defender.
Great hustle by Porsche there. Just keeping the ball in the Pacers' hands and allowing another opportunity to score.
So with that, we'll have our first media timeout of the under 16 variety. 15:37 to play. Pacers up 11-8. And in the early goings here, Allen doesn't appear to be intimidated by a top 5 Division II opponent.
No, early on they kind of just been going right at the Pacers, and on the past couple possessions we see them go right at Al Brown and get a couple of easy buckets down there and down low in the paint.
And perhaps the line of thinking is by taking it at Brown, you might get him in foul trouble and out of the game.
And that's we talked about the foul trouble and being able to play defense without getting into it. And that's kind of something we saw with Al in Columbia a few weekends ago, where early on he got a couple quick fouls and was essentially a non-factor the rest of the day.
Yeah, it really took him out of the game early. And, then the Pacers got into almost desperation mode there in the second half, trying to come back from a 20-plus point deficit. At that point, he's really not part of the offensive game plan, and so just was never really able to get anything going, but he certainly did in Puerto Rico. So the Yellow Jackets are back out on the floor waiting for the Pacers to join them. It's like Rick Alderman and Kinley Branch have checked in for USC Aiken. They'll replace Zimmerman and Larson. So a little more size out there right now for the Pacers. May try and pound it inside. But for right now, Devontae Wright has it. At this point, just surveying the defense. He'll throw the lob. Unable to get it to Brown. That was sort of a staple of the Pacer attack last year when it was Ray Nelson and San Juan Butler. You could count on one of those early in every single game. Unsuccessful here, though, in the first attempt. So instead, Allen will work with it. It's Mark Jones. A bit of a size advantage against Kinley Branch, so he gets rid of it. Instead, it's Anthony, and Anthony will fire. That one's no good. Porche's got the board. Pacers are off and running the other way. And so Wright will slow it down here. Pacers will probably try and work it inside again. Instead, it's Branch now inside to Brown. Instead, Branch will try the three from the corner, and it's good. So it'll make it 14-8 Pacers. So Anthony with it now for Allen. Looking inside for Johnson, working on Alderman. The right-handed floater goes.
And we see Allen continue to go inside, attacking the Pacer bigs.
Sort of a mini press right there. Said Branch will try again. That one rims out, but Alderman's right there waiting for it, and he's fouled on the putback attempt. Nick Alderman couldn't have established better position on that one.
Down there, all by himself and got the easy rebound and almost a putback.
Alderman at the line for 2.
So we will see Alderman now at the line. First one's good.
Coming in the court for USC Aiken, Paul Larson.
So we'll see Paul Larson check back in for Alvin Brown. See wholesale substitutions for Allen, with Corey Kamen seeing his first action of the night, as well as Derek McCord checking back in after starting. We see a turnover now. Well, the Pacers will have it right in front of the Allen bench, up 16-10. Actually, this one will, instead, they've moved it, will be inbounded under the basket. So we see Alderman with it. He'll get it inside to Larson. Larson goes up strong with the right. Count it and the foul.
He's going to be a tough player today to stop, for the Yellow Jackets to stop. Just the combo of size and speed and strength of Paul Larson. It's tough for many D2 teams to stop.
Man, we saw he was a double-double machine a year ago. Already with 7 points. He'll look for number 8 right here. Free throws up, and it's good. We'll see Grant Harris come in for Devontae Wright. Harris, one of just a couple of sophomores on this roster, make that three, and the rest are all seniors. We see a strong take by Sidney Rivers. It won't go, but Allen able to get the offensive rebound. That won't drop either. Porche secures it. We'll see Kinley Branch with the pump fake. He's fouled before he can pass it away.
The foul is on number 1, Mark Jones. His first, the team's
The foul go against Mark Jones. And some more aggressive offensive play here early from the Pacers.
We
You
have
can see, Allen with 5 team fouls already. A little over 6 minutes into this half, and you keep attacking inside and get them into foul trouble. Like we mentioned, it's another easy way to get points, as we saw in Columbia a few weeks ago.
And it's maybe a little bit easier at the line, too, when you're trying to pad your lead versus cut into a deficit. We've got a quick 30-second timeout. So we see the Pacers, in addition to just being aggressive offensively, dominating on the boards right now as well.
So, a 9-3 rebound advantage.
Of course, when you hope when you hold a rebounding advantage like that, you can dominate in terms of second chance points as well.
We've seen that a few times with Paul Larson today, kind of getting his own rebound and getting the easy putback.
See that one passed over to Branch. Branch will drive baseline. He's fouled before he can get there, though. That one will go against Mark Jones again. So Jones has picked up a couple of quick ones. We'll see Spriggs come back in, and he will replace Jones.
Back on the court for USC Aiken, Ron Zimmerman.
And Ron Zimmerman will check in for Shane Porsche. Pacers up 19-10, just under 13 to go here in the first half. Home opener for the Pacers. One of a pair of home games this week. See Harris get it inside to Larson, back out to Branch. Harris again looking inside, said he'll swing it over to Zimmerman. Back to Harris, Harris will back it out. Harris spins, can't find anybody. Had it briefly knocked away, he'll drive with the floater, high off the backboard, no good. And we'll see a foul on the rebound. We'll see who that goes against. That one will go against Glenn. Glenn, who collided with Alderman on that rebound attempt. And just like that, Nick, the Pacers are in the bonus.
Chance here to make it a double-digit lead. It's 12 minutes to go. Like I said, that's an easy way to pad the lead. Just keep working inside and getting back to the line.
Alderman rattles the first one. Already made both of his first free throws tonight. See if he can make it 4 straight. One comes up short. So we'll settle for 3 of 4 as of now. We'll see Allen go back to work. That one, Rivers has it. He's on the floor, but he got it away to Kamen. Kamen will get it to Glenn. Back to McCord. McCord with the fader, and that's good.
Number 24, Derek McCord.
See the Pacers work it inside. It's Larson, and he's fouled again.
It's just been too much for Allen so far today down in the paint.
Well, what else can you do with Paul Larson, though, inside?
Just seems to get whatever he wants.
I mean, he's moving to the basket aggressively at this point, meaning foul him, get out of the way, or try your best to stop him. And at this point, it might be best just to hope he misses his free throws. So we've got we've reached the under 12 timeout. 11:51 to go here in the first half. Pacers up 20-12. And that rebound advantage we talked about earlier continuing to grow. Pacers up 11-3 on the boards, including the 5 at the offensive end.
And being able to get offensive rebounds is so key to because you can keep possessions alive, and a lot of times on the offensive rebounds, the second look you get will be easier than the first look.
Well, we see Larson already with 8 points in the third and final game in Puerto Rico. He tied for the team lead with 16. He also led in that first game in Puerto Rico with 13.
Less than 2 miles from the USC Aiken campus. And during a timeout, substitutions for the Yellow Jackets.
And so when we look back at that little sort of round robin down there in Puerto Rico, we talked about Alvin Wright's blocks just jumping out at you just from having so many. You know, the Pacers had one game where they out-rebounded their opponent 52-22, which is big. One key, though, that I'm looking at right now, from the game on November 10th, Devontae Wright leading rebounder with 10. You don't get that often out of your point guard.
No, I mean, anytime you can have, the smallest player on the court tie for the team leading rebounds, that can just be a big advantage.
See, Larson missed his first free throw attempt. One thing that also jumps out from that tournament is just balance. When you look at leading scorers, you see Larson, Brown, Zimmerman, and Branch. And then when you look at the top rebounders, you see Larson, Porsche, Wright, and Brown. So it wasn't just, one-man show in any regard. And that's something that's going to be crucial for this team as it tries to live up to those, preseason top 5 rankings.
And that kind of goes back to the depth that we've talked about a lot with the 10 seniors. And really, whoever they put out there can get the job done.
We saw the strong take by Spriggs there. Hit the back of the iron, won't go, but he'll have a shot at the free throw line. That foul goes against Kinley Branch. Spriggs drains the first.
Back on the court for the Pacers is number 23.
So Jesse Seilern will check back in for USC Aiken. He'll come in for Branch. So one thing we've seen early, Nick, is neither team afraid to go with some substitutions here. Just, sort of solidify your point about depth. On Allen's side, though, it's been more out of necessity so far after picking up some fouls.
Yeah, we've seen, both teams go deep down their bench so far. And like you said with Allen, they've picked up a few quick fouls and have, been kind of forced to go to their bench.
We'll see Harris with it. He'll look for Zimmerman in the corner. He'll put it up. That one's off the rim. Derek Scott's got the rebound momentarily. Instead, it ends up with Zimmerman.
That's another offensive rebound that'll keep the ball with the Pacers and give them another chance.
And you're looking at Derek Scott, who will be the tall man on the floor at 6'9". He should have a few opportunities over there on the glass. We'll see Seilern. He'll throw a bounce pass that's nearly stolen. Harris is able to get it. Under 15 now on the shot clock. Pacers will look to get going here. We see he'll go inside to Larson. And we have a whistle. We don't know what for yet.
The foul was on number 20, Jaden Johnson.
We have a foul on Johnson then of the Yellow Jackets. That's number 2 on Johnson.
24, Derek McCord. And at the free throw line, number 14, Paul Larson.
So at this point, we'll echo the familiar refrain of Paul Larson will attempt some free throws. So he's got another, and he's got 10 points now. 10:53 to go in the half. And Larson has already hit double figures in scoring. Misses the second. And Allen's got it. It will be Spriggs looking to drive right. He'll get it to Crawford. Crawford looking for Anthony. Zimmerman not giving him much space, though.
We've seen that a lot today from the Pacer guards, just playing tight defense, and it's kind of troubled Allen.
See that shot attempt by Pettis won't go. Zimmerman's got the board. Pacers get inside to Scott, back out to Seilern. And to Harris now at the right edge of that mid-court logo. Look inside for Scott. Crawford knocked it away for a moment. Under 10 on the shot clock now, so back out to Harris. We see 5 on the clock. We'll see Zimmerman put up the 3. It won't go. Pacers crashing the offensive glass. We've got a tie-up. So possession error will stay over at this end with the Pacers. And Alvin Brown back in.
That's another example of the Pacers going for those offensive boards. They didn't get the board this time, but still were able to keep possession. And, another chance to extend this lead.
It wasn't just one man going for it either. It was 2. So both crashing hard on the glass. Able to come away with the basketball. One thing now that I think we need to watch the rest of the half is to see if the Pacers go back to that lob for Alvin Brown. So that should be number 3 on Porsche, and we'll see Rick Alderman head to the scorer's table. McDuffie drains the free throw.
Pacer lineup number 15, Rick Alderman.
He will come in for Porsche, who does have those 3 fouls.
Well, if Porsche has 3, then the Pacers have 8. And currently they're shown with 7. So we will have to see how that all gets sorted out. That might be one of the things that just has to wait until halftime when it will be reviewed. Make sure everybody's got their numbers in order. So we see Branch guarded closely by Rivers. Backs out of it. We see Harris with it on the right side into Larson on the baseline. We'll see Branch for 3. That one's long and rebounded by McCord. So Allen was able to break that 10-0 run on the last trip by hitting some free throws. They'll look to continue their good fortune here on this trip. Well, that ball will be tipped away, so no worries about a backcourt violation there against Rivers. He'll get it to Jones. Jones for 3. No good. That hit a few parts of the rim. But he's left wanting. So we'll see Jones with the spin move. Gives it off to McCord. McCord with the jumper. Good. Now we'll see Alderman take a tumble. We'll see where that whistle goes.
Fouls on number 22 of the Yellow Jackets.
Go against James Crawford.
This second, going to the line to shoot 2, Rick Alderman.
So Alderman will shoot a pair. Alderman 3 of 4 from the line so far tonight. The first is good. And Alvin Brown will check back in for the Pacers. Christopher Spriggs and Gerard Pettis will come in for the Yellow Jackets. Alderman's second free throw is good. He's 5 of 6 at the line, all 5 of his points coming via the free throw.
As a team, the Pacers are 13 of 16, so relatively good shooting night on the line so far.
That deep 3 attempt by McDuffie finds nothing. And the Pacers have it. 4:44 to go. Pacers up 12. See Harris working with it now. Get it to right inside to Alderman. Alderman will give it to Brown now. Brown, nice pass inside to right with the reverse layup.
Great look to a cutting right there from Al Brown.
And good ball sharing all around by the Pacers as well.
We've seen that a lot today, just the ball movement, freeing a lot of the shooters up, especially Ron Zimmerman.
Pacers making the extra pass and finding the open man more often than not. That three-point attempt is blocked by Branch. Branch running the other way. To right pass just a little behind him, and that'll go out of bounds. That should bring us to the under 4 timeout.
And we have a full media timeout on the floor.
And it will, as we're at the 3:59 mark. Pacers up 36-22. So a big chunk of this 14-point lead for the Pacers coming on those second chance points. We've talked about the offensive rebounds seemingly throughout the entire first half.
Pacers have, more offensive rebounds than the Fighting Yellow Jackets do is total rebounds.
Yeah, 10 offensive rebounds for USC Aiken, 7 total rebounds for Allen. And so a 21-7 advantage overall on the glass. And so that's given the Pacers an 11-1 advantage in second chance points. And they are enjoying the same advantage in bench points. So we did talk about that earlier. The Pacers going to their bench by luxury, and the Yellow Jackets going to theirs out of necessity.
And for all your insurance needs, Eddie Michaelis is State Farm is there for you. Located in the heart of Aiken. Contact Eddie Michaelis. You can find him on the web at dmichaelis.com.
So Allen looking to inbound to beat that 5-second count. And Mark Jones has it. Looks like he'll be looking for Pettis over there near the baseline. Looks like we'll get the hand check there on Grant Harris.
His first, the team's 8. Going to the line for one of the moments for the Yellow Jackets is number 11, Gerard Pettis.
We'll see Pettis attempt some free throws here.
Coming on the court is number 23, Tevin McDuffie.
It'll be his first trip to the free throw line. And when Allen's gotten to the line, the Yellow Jackets have had some success. 5 of 6 at the free throw line so far. And on cue, Pettis makes his first. The second is up, and it's long. Looks like Mark Jones nearly gets that rebound. Instead, it'll be Harris.
Great fight by Harris there to come away with the ball.
Pacers off and running. Here's Kinley Branch. Tried to make the extra pass there, and it was one too many.
Just one too many there.
The Yellow Jackets were waiting for it.
Well, he had the open lane, but try to get it over to Brown.
And we'll see that error compounded by the foul. So that should put Mark Jones at the line.
Going to the foul line for one of the bonuses, Mark Jones.
So Jones may be sort of finding his stride after some early foul trouble. He picked up 2 quick ones early. But he's had some aggressive takes to the basket in the last few trips. And he finds himself now at the free throw line where he's made his first.
And we've seen that's where Allen has had the most success is down low, just taking it to the Pacer bigs.
The second one rims out. Alderman able to snare it. And he'll get that one over to Harris on the right side. Harris will take the handoff from Brown. He'll make his move to the right. He's cut off by Spriggs, though. Spriggs tried to challenge that pass as well to Brown, but Brown able to get to it. We'll see the foul called against Pettis.
Follows on number 11, Gerard Pettis. That's his first. At the line shooting 2 for USC, it'll be Alvin Brown.
We'll see Alvin Brown at the free throw line now. Brown finds back iron with his first. D'Angelo Anthony will check back in. It's been a few minutes since we've heard from the freshman.
Anthony had that early three early on in the game, but since then, haven't really heard much from him.
He had a three and a nice defensive player too in there. I think he had an extended stay on the bench. So we'll see what he's able to do now in his return over these last 3 minutes. Brown gets the friendly roll on free throw number 2. So 2:58 to go. Pacers up 37-24 and trying to trap here in the backcourt. Jones falls. He's able to get the timeout though.
Brown making that second free throw was important for the Pacers because it allows them to set up into their press. If he misses that, they can't get to the press, and they force a timeout there, and can also force turnovers.
Yes, trying the press is far less effective off of a missed basket. So it gave the Pacers the opportunity to sort of just get set. Very nearly resulted in a turnover. If nothing else, it resulted in a burn timeout. And so, Nick, if you're Allen right now, what are you looking to accomplish in these last 2 minutes and 54 seconds of the half, trailing by 13?
If I'm Allen, I just want to keep attacking down low because they've had success getting to the foul line and also getting easy buckets down there. But you want to try and cut it to single digits. Playing on the road against such a talented team in USC Aiken, if you can, despite not having the greatest first half, get it to single digits by halftime, that could be huge for being able to hang around the second half.
Just always sort of have that puncher's chance, I guess. And Allen's still got plenty of time, too. We're looking at the three-point numbers right now. Allen just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. They don't have to resort to that just yet. And especially if the Yellow Jackets are able to cut this deficit down to, potentially single digits heading into intermission. They'll start to try that right now, and it is Anthony working with it. He'll be guarded by Harris. A little jump pass gets to Jones. Wright nearly had the steal. So 10 on the shot clock, and Mark Jones will get to work. Jones inside. Nothing doing down low, though. So
both Brown and Branch were having none of that attempt.
3 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be up to McDuffie to inbound. He's looking for Anthony. Anthony may not have known how much time was on the clock, nor did Jones. Jones never put the shot up. So that will be the 35-second violation. As we've got 2:20 to play. So we'll see Wright just patiently dribbling that one out, looking to set something up. He'll try the lob. No. Brown had the clear path to the basket. Couldn't hang on to the basketball, though.
We talked about, keeping an eye out for that.
We'll see the carry against Anthony. I think that's where you also see sort of the defensive influence that Devontae Wright and Grant Harris both have. They're such good on-ball defenders that Anthony tried to put a little something extra on that one to try and get around Grant Harris and ended up committing the turnover instead. And that's something we saw from Harris last year as a true freshman, having to step in early and play some big minutes. And he turned out to be a reliable fill-in for Raymond Nelson or Devontae Wright if they were in foul trouble.
He's just, one of the many talented guards that USC can have on this year's roster.
We'll see Branch try it, and it's good. So another 3 for Kinley Branch, and he's quietly poured in 9 points. See, that ball nearly got away from Sidney Rivers. He's able to keep the dribble. And Mark Jones has it now. He'll give it to Pettis. Pettis will try and drive left. That'll be an offensive foul.
Again, we see the great defense that you just talked about from Harris.
Harris got himself right in front of Pettis, and all Pettis could do was just sort of shove him down. We're just over 1 minute to go here in the first half. Pacers up 16. And we've now reached that 1 minute mark. You see the cross-court pass to Wright. Instead, he'll bring it back out for Harris, back to Wright, inside to Brown, back to Wright, over to Harris. That one nearly stolen by Pettis. This will be Allen basketball, though. About a 12-second differential here between shot and game clock. See how much of it Allen will choose to use. We'll see Jones drive to the basket. No. That'll be a block, though, called against Alderman.
The foul is on number 15, Rick Alderman of the Pacers. His first, the team's 10th. At the charity strike for 2 is number 1, Mark Jones.
And so we will see Mark Jones at the free throw line. Jones, 1 of 2 so far tonight. Make it 2 of 3.
On the court for the Pacers, number 13, Ron Zimmerman, number 14, Paul Larson.
We'll see Ron Zimmerman and Paul Larson check back in. The Pacers will get this one with 32.4 to go off of the make as Jones hits both, and we'll see the timeout taken. So Nick, you talked earlier, just a couple of minutes ago, about Allen wanting to try and get this thing maybe down to single digits before halftime. Now the Yellow Jackets are potentially looking at the Pacers getting another bucket before the break.
Yeah, you mentioned that they're down 14, and with about 3 minutes to go, and they just haven't been able to cut into the lead. You see, it's still a 14-point lead. Like you mentioned, the Pacers have a chance to score here, and having the top 3 performers on the day so far for the Pacers on the court, they have a good chance to score. When you look at Branch, Larson, and Zimmerman out there with 9, 9, and 10 points.
And the three-point shot could be just a backbreaker here heading into the half as well. With both Branch and Zimmerman out there right now, both have hit 3 so far. You can't ignore Devontae Wright either. So Wright will bring it across. We're now under 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Looks like Pacers more than content to hold for the last shot. It's pretty much just a 2-man game near the logo. And Wright departs, so it's just Zimmerman. Back to Wright. Wright looking for Larson. Larson to the corner for Branch for 3. No. That one taken back by Larson, and he gets it to go at the horn.
I've seen that all day from Larson so far, getting his own rebounds and just cleaning up down there.
As that three-pointer rimmed out, Gerard Pettis seemed to have it all wrapped up. Instead, Paul Larson comes in and just snatches the ball right away. Gets it to go high off the glass right at the buzzer. So that'll take us into the halftime break. Pacers up 42-26.
Coach. What were your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, well, I thought, they came out in the zone, which we sort of anticipated. I don't think we are showing the patience that we need to show in order to be successful against the zone. But I think our guys are getting some good shots off. Kennedy and Run, if we can get them open and they hit shots, I think we'll be pretty good. And then we just have to figure out how to get the ball inside.
What do you think the main key to the second half is going to be tonight?
I think the main key is to not foul as much with this new foul rule. And then also to take care of the ball a little bit better and give us a chance to get some good shots.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so our thanks go to Jenna Beauregard and Coach Vince Alexander for that quick little halftime interview. We'll see if the Pacers are able to sort of put that plan into effect in the second half. So we've got about 12 minutes until we come back for half number 2. So we'll be back with you around then with some stats and updates. We're back for half number 2 here at the Convocation Center, and a sandstorm is brewing here. Pacers coming back in with the 42-26 lead. Nick, what were some numbers that jumped out to you during that first half?
The play of Paul Larson with 12 points and 5 rebounds, on his way to a possible double-double, as well as the three-point shooting from Zimmerman and Branch.
Each one of them hitting a trio of triples, each with 9 points in that first half. Everybody trying to catch up to Larson, though, with 12. So Allen's got the ball here to open the second half. They will look to cut into this 16-point deficit. We'll see Gerard Pettis working baseline right now, and he's got the jumper. So Pettis with 3 points now. And Allen will dial up the pressure. Pacers able to beat it. The ball is now in the sure hand of Devontae Wright. Looking at about 15 on the shot clock. He'll get it inside to Larson. Back out to Seilern. That three catches back rim and is no good. We see D'Angelo Anthony out and running the other way. Pettis will pull from 3. That comes up short. And Seilern and Wright sort of combine on that rebound. Wright takes point guard priority, however. Ends up with it. We'll see the Pacers work it inside to Larson. That ball ends up just a little bit behind him. Allen with it. That is Chris Spriggs will get it off to Pettis. And ends up with Derek McCord. Larson all over him. We'll see Anthony now. Maybe thought about the 3, gave the pump fake. Instead he gets inside. We'll see the foul called. That one looks like it'll go against Zimmerman. So that will be number 3.
First this half. At the charity stripe is number 13, D'Angelo Anthony for 2.
So we will see D'Angelo Anthony attempt a pair of free throws here. Anthony with 3 points in the first half, including what all came on the opening three-pointer for the Yellow Jackets after Zimmerman opened with one for the Pacers.
USC Aiken or number 10,
We'll see Kinley Branch and Rick Alderman check in. So Zimmerman and Alvin Brown will check out after Anthony makes that first free throw.
And Alderman's been another Pacer player who's had a nice day on the boards with 4 so far today.
Really, the Pacers just have dominated on the glass in that first half, out-rebounding Allen 24-8 and 11-2 on the offensive glass. It's tough for any team to overcome. See Branch with it, gets it inside to Alderman. Back in, Hendricks Amu in now.
His first minutes on the day for the Pacers.
As Johnson drills the second. So Harris will control for the Pacers. Now under the 13-minute mark, Pacers up 24. We'll see Zimmerman for 3. That one's well long and out of play.
We saw the Pacers get off to that quick start in the second half, scoring 10 points, rather quickly. But things kind of slowed down since then, as they've only scored 5 points since that early run.
And one thing the Pacers have been able to do, even though they haven't been scoring, they've done a decent job of keeping Allen off of the scoreboard over that same span, although Pettis gets another to go. Zimmerman with the lay-in. So Pacers able to answer back quickly. See the ball with Rivers. Now he'll drive. That'll be a blocking foul on Derek Scott.
The foul is on the Pacers. Number 1, Derek Scott, is second and the team's 4th. At the line shooting 2 is Sidney Rivers.
So that is number 2 on Scott. Number 4 on the Pacers. We'll see Sidney Rivers at the line, his first trip of the evening. The first one rattles in. So Rivers now with 3 points. The second just as good. So a perfect trip to the line for Rivers. See Porsche with it now for the Pacers. He'll get the screen from Scott. The pass on the roll, though, not quite as good. Harris playing some good defense. Tips that one away and off of Tevin McDuffie.
Great job by Harris to get, be able to get back to the long court pass and deflect it off the Allen player.
And, not the first time that his defense has drawn praise tonight. So that'll bring us to the under 12 media timeouts. We have 11:44 to go in the game. Pacers are up 59-37. The South Carolina Education Lottery has funded more than 1 million scholarships and grants for South Carolina students since 2002. For more information on where that money goes, visit sceducationlottery.com. So Pacers now with 3 players in double digits scoring. Paul Larson leading everybody with 15. Kinley Branch right behind him with 14, and then Ron Zimmerman with 11. And that crew alone is outscoring Allen.
Yeah, those three have been the big keys for USC Aiken today, with the outside shooting from Zimmerman and Branch, and then just Paul Larson doing whatever he wants in the paint. It doesn't matter who's guarding him or what they try to do to him.
Paul Larson's just out there hurting people, as he's been known to do. Just aggressive play inside, really doing whatever he wants near the basket, whether that's scoring or whether that's, on the glass either. 15 points and 6 rebounds. He's actually the leader for both teams in both stats. We'll see Derek Scott able to track that one down. A nice pass by Porsche to Harris. Harris bumped on the shot attempt.
The foul is on number 14, Sidney Rivers.
So that'll go against Rivers, his third.
14-6.
You saw that pass initially go to the legs of Porsche around half court, but Scott was able to pick it up and dish it to Porsche, and now we'll see Harris at the line.
Yeah, Porsche never quit on that one after watching it go through the wickets. Was able to get it to Harris. Harris misses that first free throw. And looks like we'll see D'Angelo Anthony check back in for the Yellow Jackets. Harris's second will miss as well. And then we saw sort of the baseball pass attempted, and it's no good. Zimmerman for 3, got it. As Ron Zimmerman deals only in cash. 14 points now, as he's trying to catch up to Larson as well. We'll see a tough take by Anthony. He'll be bailed out by the foul call.
The foul is on number 1.
That'll go against Derek Scott. His third.
He's kind of picked up a few quick fouls here in the second half.
So Anthony already 2 of 2 from the line. And he's back for 2 more. The first is perfect. Those 62-38 Pacers. 11-11 to play. See the shrill whistle in the crowd. May have thrown Anthony off a little bit on that free throw attempt. It rims out. Porsche running the other way. He's got it back now, looking for the drive to the basket. He takes a shot. That was from Johnson, who's going up for the block.
The foul is on number 20, Jaden Johnson.
Nice move by Shane there to kind of free space around the perimeter and get to the basket.
He gave Hendricks Amu a look there that maybe said, pull your guy out of the lane really quick. Amu obliged, and Porsche was able to drive that one to the rack. Free throw rattles off the iron and out. We'll see Spriggs, Rivers, and McDuffie check back in for the Yellow Jackets.
And James Crawford.
James Crawford in there as well. Porsche, similar result on the second. So a couple of empty trips at the free throw line for the Pacers. Anthony's three's no good. Amu's got the rebound. Harris has it near midcourt. He'll slow it down. Trying to get Zimmerman off of a little curl there. Said we'll look inside, and that's Amu. He'll go to the free throw line.
The foul was on number 14.
That'll go against Rivers. And Sidney Rivers has fouled out. So Derek McCord will come in to replace him. So Rivers will finish his night
number 24, Derek McCord,
with 4 points.
At the charity stripe for USC Aiken, number 9, enters Emu.
Emu looking for his first here. Draws back iron, so the first free throw unsuccessful. See Jesse Seilern and Alvin Brown check back in. Porsche and Scott will have a seat.
You know, Amu could be an interesting player to watch this year. As we learned he was a high school dunk champion back in high school, and just maybe see if he gets an opportunity to display some of that jumping ability here tonight or this season.
We'll see the strong take by Spriggs going coast to coast. Got that tough layup to go. So Spriggs now with 4 points. See Harris looking to get one of his guards open. He found Seilern. Seilern inside to Brown, back out to Harris. You might see, he tried to work the screen and roll there. Crawford cut it off. Instead, we'll see Amu, and we'll see the foul on the floor. That'll go against McCord.
That's his third in the team's game.
Number 3 on him.
A return trip to the charity stripe for Hendricks Emu.
And so the parade to the free throw line will continue. See if this one will be more successful than the last few. That first one does drop. Amu's second is good. It'll right the ship a little bit for the Pacers at the stripe. 64-40. We're now under 10 to play, and that one will be turned over by Spriggs. We'll see Amu maybe take flight. Instead, we see the intentional foul.
I think Amu wanted to throw that one down.
I think he wanted to throw it down as well. Instead, he'll have to settle for the layup and intentional foul. So Jaya Johnson gives up the intentional foul and will foul out of the game. He finishes with 8 points. So we'll see Amu shoot the resulting free throw from that intentional foul. We'll also get the free throw on the made basket.
The foul was on number 22.
That foul was taken away from Johnson, so he'll stay in. Foul on James Crawford instead, and that's his 4th. Amu has found the stroke at the free throw line. That's his 3rd consecutive make. He'll look to make it 4 here. That one just misses.
Under the court comes number 55, Maurice Glenn.
Maurice Glenn check in for Allen. And the Pacers keep possession. So we'll see. Ooh. Alvin Brown wanted the lob there from Seilern off of the inbound. I don't think Seiler saw him. And so we will see the timeout now.
We've seen him look for that a few times, not on out of bounds plays, but just, just running the offense. And they want to do it, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get that to go here in the last 9.5 minutes.
It's something that has to be timed so well, but it has to be timed absolutely perfectly off of an inbound play.
Yeah,
especially if Jesse Seilern's going to throw that from underneath his own basket.
Yeah, that and everybody, crowded into that one space by the basket can make it, even more difficult, and it's already a difficult play to begin with.
But if it's successful, though, it makes it that much more spectacular.
You can try some stuff like that of 27 in the later stages of the game. So
if you try it and miss it, it's a turnover. If you try and it works, it's hashtag SC Top 10. So you never know. Instead, Brown will throw it down. No alley-oop needed. And just opting for the two-handed hammer. And it's 69-40 now, Pacers. Definitely a more high percentage look than the alley-oop.
Yes.
See McCord try with the little right-handed hook there. Gets it to drop. We'll see Zimmerman come inside the three-point line. Gets it to Amu. Amu will drive back out to Zimmerman. Zimmerman wants Harris to get back to near midcourt. Harris will get it over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman inside to Brown. Brown doubled. Well, now he's doubled. Harris gets it. That one's tipped out of play. And that was McDuffie in there to knock it out of bounds. So 7 on the shot clock. Silent will inbound from the other side of the basket. So maybe now's the time to try the alley-oop. Instead, he'll throw it out to Harris. Harris will want to do something now. We're under 5 on the shot clock. Amy will try the lob, at least hit the rim. But Allen's got the ball. We'll see Anthony pull up for 3 with numbers. It won't go. Instead, we'll see the lob. Oh, never mind. Amu tries to throw it down, and it won't go. We may have just had to end the game had that one dropped.
Shut it down.
But instead, we'll see McDuffie with the lay-in. So Brown wanted the lob on that break. Didn't get it. Instead, it's Amu right down the heart of the lane, but it won't go. We'll see Seilern pump fake the 3. Spriggs cuts that off. Seilern will drive across to Zimmerman. Zimmerman for 3. No. Pacers fighting for that offensive rebound. Don't get it. Instead, it's Glenn. We'll see McCord lose that one out of bounds.
They've been trying to figure out how to attack, the big size of Al Brown there and just lost it out of bounds.
Well, McCord giving up 7 inches to Brown on paper. I imagine having what you think is a clear path to the lane to be filled by Alvin Brown, I'd probably think twice about what I was doing as well. So, an understandable miscue. So we've reached the under 8 media timeout, 7:38 to play. Pacers up 69-44. Again, you can find out all of the information that you desire about USC Aiken Athletics via social media. You can like us at USC Aiken Athletics on Facebook, or you can follow Pacer Athletics on Instagram, Twitter, or Vine. And now you can subscribe to Pacer Athletics on YouTube. And while you're on the web, you can also check out www.dmichaelis.com, because for all of your insurance needs, Denny Michaelis of State Farm is there for you. It's located right here in the heart of Aiken, South Carolina. Contact Denny Michaelis of State Farm. So we'll see some subs come back in. Kinley Branch checking in for the Pacers. We'll see Jay Johnson come back in for Allen after he was sort of granted his eligibility back after initially being charged with that 5th foul before it was given to Crawford instead. So he's discovered new life here. Looks like we'll see a cheap foul given by Anthony.
That's his first and the team's 10th.
So that will put Allen, or check that, that'll give Allen 10 fouls. So Devontae Wright will shoot 2. I think right there we saw maybe a bit of frustration from Anthony, but we also saw that some of the troubles that Devontae Wright's speed can cause.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's been guarding Devontae tonight just hasn't been able to keep in front of him. He hasn't really scored a lot, but he's been able to get into the lane and dish out to open shooters, and also find the bigs for easy buckets.
And so there are times, I suppose, when you are matched up with a burner like Wright, when all you can do is just sort of reach out and grab him. He gets both of the free throws to go, so give him 8 points. And we'll see Kinley Branch apply some backcourt pressure. And Zimmerman and Wright both there near the midcourt line. Allen able to get away from it momentarily. Instead, we'll see Anthony pull up for 3. That won't go. Rebound tipped around, eventually pulled down by Larson, who's then fouled.
We'll go back to the line. We're seeing a lot tonight.
D'Angelo Anthony.
That'll be a foul on Anthony, and we'll see Paul Larson go back to the line.
Paul Larson.
Larson with 15 points. 9 of them have come at the free throw line. So he's attempted more free throws in this game than he had over the season prior to tonight. And he will just add to that total now. The first one is good. The Pacers have opened up a 28-point lead. And Larson makes it 29 with his 17th point. So again, we'll see some pressure here from USC Aiken. Anthony's just going to go straight to the rack. And we'll see another foul called. This one of the blocking variety.
Wasn't able to get set right there.
That's his first. It's the team's 6th. Going to the line.
Foul on Larson, his first. So that will put D'Angelo Anthony at the line. He's 3 of 4 from the stripe and has 6 points. His first is good. So Anthony's second, also good. So he's got 8 points now. You see Avalon Truesdale come in for his first action from Heath Springs, South Carolina. It's another in-state product out on the floor.
Seen a good many of those for Allen.
Worked inside for Larson. He'll pass back out. Wright will drive, give it right back to Larson. Larson with the left hand, and it's good.
Number 14, Paul Larson.
Larson now 19 points and 7 boards. So he'll have 6.5 minutes to see if he can get the requisite rebounds for the double-double. Wright nearly comes away with a turnover, and they'll get Kinley Branch on the trip. So he just got a leg in there.
You can see the speed of Wright on that play. He just came out of nowhere and almost came in with a breakaway steal.
Well, you know how you can tell the speed of Devontae Wright is once he hit the floor, he slid about 6 feet. You don't do that without at least a little bit of momentum built up. So Chris Spriggs will shoot the 1-and-1 here. He's 2 of 2 from the line. Misses that one though, and there's rebound number 8 for Larson. See, Zimmerman passes out of that one. Larson's got it. He'll head to the corner for Branch. Branch for three. No. That looks like an offensive rebound for Larson. So it looks like he's got 9 then. We'll see Zimmerman for three. Why not? So Zimmerman has 17 now. The Pacers have opened up a 32-point lead here. You see Truesdale with the ball, nearly stolen. Instead, he's able to get that inside to Johnson, but that's stolen from him. Pacers are off and running the other way. Wright will be cut off by Truesdale, who will pick up the foul.
That's his first.
So I'll put Devontae Wright on the line for a pair.
After the first foul
It should leave Larson with 2 rebounds away from the double-double.
Right now at the line, Devontae Wright for 2.
He rebounded a missed free throw and picked up that offensive board right there, so it should make him 1 shy.
Into the game, come the trio.
Operative word being should.
Mark Jones, number 15.
We're trusting my counting skills, which isn't
22, James
always
Crawford.
the most reliable route to go. We saw Wright eye the second. That one will rim out. Crawford able to keep Larson away from getting that offensive rebound. We'll see the quick jumper there by Mark Jones won't go. Ends up with Truesdale. He's got it.
The basket by number 21.
We see the first points
Truesdale.
for Avalon Truesdale. Now Larson working inside. He'll kick it out to Wright, over to Zimmerman. That one rattles out. Looked good, but wouldn't drop. You see Jones with it. Get it over to Crawford. Tries to work inside. Branch has it. And he's able to pass off to Zimmerman. And Wright's got it. Looks like we'll see a
Ball is on number 14.
legal screen maybe set against Larson. Or by Larson, rather.
Checking the lineup for USC, Aiken, number 5, Shane Forsyth, and number 15, Brett Alderman.
Porsche and Alderman back in for the Pacers. So we're under 5 to go. Pacers up 30 here in their home opener. Looking to extend their Convocation Center winning streak to 12 games. To the air ball there, and that looked like it was rebounded by Larson. That may be the double-double. See the cross-court pass to Zimmerman. And another one rims out. So Zimmerman's had a couple from over there in that corner and looked good, but just wouldn't go all the way down.
Haven't said that a lot today. Is most every shot he's taken from out there has gone in.
See Kamen, and he'll travel before he gets into the lane. Looks like we'll end up with the under 4 timeout now. So we've got 3:56 to go here at the Convocation Center. USC Aiken leading Allen 78-48. And so the top scoring trio of the Pacers is Paul Larson with 19, Ron Zimmerman with 17, and Kinley Branch with 14.
Those three have combined to outscore Allen today, 50-48.
Pacers have been able to make some things happen from beyond the arc, hitting 9 3-pointers so far tonight, compared to just 1 by the Yellow Jackets. And the Pacers are also plus 14 in rebounds, plus 6 in turnovers, plus 13 in points off turnovers, and plus 15 in second chance points. So Paul Larson does indeed have the double-double at 19 points and 10 rebounds. So he is the game leader in both of those categories.
Been a great game from Paul. Been able to, like we mentioned so much, just work down low and get whatever he wants. And, not only just scoring, but with the rebounds as well.
He's been 4 of 5 from the field and 11 of 14 from the line. See it pass right over in front of the scorer's table here. Porsche throws it away. It's Mark Jones. He'll go with the scooping layup. That won't drop. Porsche's got the rebound. He fights off Kamen. He fights off Jones. And that foul will go against Johnson.
Foul is on number 1, Mark Jones.
Instead, it'll go against Jones. Johnson keeps avoiding that 5th foul. He's been in the vicinity of the foul a couple times. Hasn't gotten it yet.
He's not ready to leave yet.
Instead, that's just number 3 for Jones, but Porsche will shoot 2. Porsche's first is good. So Porsche now with 3 points. He'll look to make it 4. And he's able to do it. The Pacers up 80-48 with 3:35 to play. You see Kamen working with it over there around the 3-point line. You see Jones try and go baseline. He passes that one off, and that's blocked. It was Johnson's attempt, and that Pacer interior just having none of it.
Doing whatever they want all day, both offensively and defensively.
See that pass for Kamen just a little too high and out of play. So score that one as a turnover.
It's part of the the ball pressure that we talked about earlier from the Pacer guards, making every pass tough for the Allen guards.
Well, anytime we've talked about that sort of defensive pressure by the guards, it's been while Grant Harris has been out on the floor. And you add in, Zimmerman, who's a tenacious defender in his own right.
The foul was on number
That
15.
pass left a little to be desired.
That's his first.
He was just throwing that one away to beat a potential backcourt violation. Instead, we'll see the foul called.
Is number 13, Ron Zimmerman.
So we'll see Zimmerman go to the line for the first time tonight. His first free throw is good.
On the court for the Pacers is
See Amir check in.
Hendricks Emu.
We'll also see Jesse Seilern check in for Zimmerman after this free throw, which is good.
On the court comes number 23 for the Pacers, Jesse Seiler, and Kerry Dunlop on the court for Allen.
The Pacer lead now at 34. You see Kamen over there on the right side. He'll throw across to Truesdale. He'll try the 3, and that's good.
A three-point basket by Avalon Truesdale.
So Avalon Truesdale's been able to find some offense since he's come in. He's got 5 points now. See Harris try and get around Jones here. He's able to. He'll just pass that back out to Porsche out near midcourt. Pacers working some clock now. Porsche goes right to the basket. Soft touch with the right hand.
Great take by Porsche there. Went right up at the Allen defender and got it to go.
Porsche also able to absorb a little bit of contact. Keep his balance and get it to drop. Kamen will pull from deep. That's no good. Scott's got the rebound. And here comes Jesse Seilern. He'll back off, and again, I think the Pacers more than happy to run a little bit of clock here. Seilern will drive, though. He'll be fouled on the floor.
Fouls on number 15, Corey Kamen, his second. Jesse Seiler at the line to shoot 2.
We'll see Seilern attempt his first free throws of the evening. One of the team's best free throw shooters a year ago. The team that shot right around, well, it was about 71.4% as a team last season. So it was a big advantage for USC Aiken, was just to have that really good free throw shooting. Not been as successful tonight, but not far off from it either, though. Just under 70% as a team.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can hang around the 70% mark as a team, that's great.
Jones throws that one away, and here comes Porsche. He might throw this one up for Scott. That one's tipped in by Amu. Yeah, Scott put that one high off the backboard, wouldn't drop, and Amu trailing, able to tip it in. So we saw the 10-second call go against Allen. That was Kenny Council, who was just sort of frozen in the backcourt.
The Pacers not letting up on the intensity despite, this game winding down.
Back on the court is number 11, Gerard Pettis.
We'll see Gerard Pettis check back in for Allen. Jesse Silent will inbound for the Pacers. He'll pass it back to Harris. We've got a minute and a half to go. Pacers up 88-51. See Amu with it over there in front of the Pacer bench. He'll drive, pull up for the jumper. That's short. We'll see very nearly the offensive rebound by Porsche. That one was knocked out of play by McDuffie, who was trying to run stride for stride with Porsche. Instead, it'll be Pacer basketball as we approach the 1 minute mark here. So Harris will drive right, back out, and give it to Silern. We're under 1 minute to play. Silern, I don't know if that was going to be a shot or a pass. Whatever it was, Johnson deflected it. We'll see. Kamen was, I think, looking at the three there, didn't take it. Instead, it's Johnson able to get the sort of scooping reverse shot to go. See the long pass ahead to Amu, and now Porsche's got it. So there's about 7 second differential between game and shot clock. The Pacers can dribble most of that out. Porsche will drive to his left. That one's knocked out of play.
It's going to need all-around good effort from the Pacers today. I mean, all facets of the game. They played a great game. Great game.
Harris will dribble to his right now. Scott will come in and set the screen for him. Harris with the baseline jumper, no. Amu with the offensive rebound, why not? Truesdale gets the block, but Scott's got Porsche will pull the jumper, and that's good.
Great man.
So Porsche hits the three with under 10 seconds to go. We'll see Kamen will try at the other end, and that's no good. Harris skies for the rebound, and that will do it here at the Convocation Center. We saw the full court shot attempted there as the horn sounded. Given how the long distance shots were working for the Pacers, though, why not try one?
That's right. Everything else is going in.
Just to see if that good luck will continue. But instead, we've got a final here, 91-53 Pacers. As we see, Zimmerman and Larson will share top scorer honors with 19 apiece. Kinley Branch with 14. Larson also with that double-double, 19 points and 10 boards. So Pacers shoot 44% as a team, 11 of 29 from three-point range. Scored 30 points at the free throw line, held a plus 18 advantage in rebounds, plus 10 in turnovers. Really just, the Pacers were able to try anything they wanted, and more often than not, it was successful.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the Pacers wanted to do, they did. And, like you said, a big key to this win, I think, was the advantage in rebounds because how it created second chance opportunities.
And so, Pacers were aggressive on the interior, well, really as well as beyond the arc throughout the game. And I think, the individual who embodied that, or at least on the inside, was Paul Larson. So those 19 points and 10 rebounds, he was a double-double machine last season. Why wouldn't it continue now? All right, and so with that, we will sign off here at the Convocation Center. Again, Pacers with a 91-53 win in their home opener. For Nick Terry, I'm Kyle Dawson. Thank you for listening. And the Pacers will be back in action here at the Convocation Center on Friday, hosting Tuskegee. Hope to see you all then.